Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of CountyLine TV. We're going to get bolts for the engine stand for the 2JZ right now. Going to the local hardware store we have. They're called Seymour Hardware, but I think they're like a Ace Hardware franchise, but they just don't call themselves that or something. I don't know. But they always have what I need, no matter how fine thread of a metric bolt or how long it needs to be or whatever. They're awesome for that kind of thing. As I said, I'm on my way to Seymour Hardware right now, and I'll see you guys there. I have arrived. Now to go inside and pick out some bolts. Check it out. What other hardware store can you go to? And they just have 12 by 125. That's crazy. Nowhere else has that. I gotta go put some air in my back left tire because she looks a little low. And then get back to the house and maybe slap that 2JZ on the engine stand finally. I went to Casey's specifically for the free air because, I mean, I have an air compressor at home, which I'll probably just have to freaking go home and turn it on. But the freaking air nozzle was broken at Casey's, so like, what good that did me. She's a little on the low side. So before I went to the hardware store, I took some of my bell housing bolts and I held them up to here to see how much longer I needed them to be, and I put them in this blue paper towel, wrapped them up because they were all oily and stuff, and I took them with me. Well, I lost them in the truck. I finally found them. It took me watching myself walk around on the security cameras for like 15 minutes, making sure like, okay, they're in my hand, they're in my hand, they're in my hand, they're in my hand. Finally I get in the truck, they're still in my hand. I couldn't find them when I was at the hardware store, so the bolts I got are probably too long now that I get back and I'm looking at what I got here. Actually, the short ones I got, God, I'm really being a really bad filmer right now. The short ones I got, I love having that right there, are probably about the right length, so that's pretty exciting. And then I got the same length, those are the 12 millimeter, I got the same length of the short ones, I think in 10 millimeter. They're just a little bit, I'm being a really bad filmer. Just a little bit longer, but I think those might need a washer. Dang it. Rip. Oh well, let's get this engine on this thing. I wish that wasn't like the fiasco that it was. I don't know why that was so hard. The getting bolts thing was a disaster. I don't know, this whole situation was just a disaster. So now that I have this thing up at like a good level to work on it, I can see that not only is this barb on the power steering in the way, but also this ground bolt is going to have to go somewhere else. And this bracket for the dipstick tube is also in the way. Yeah, it's kind of dark in there, you can barely see it, but yeah, this stuff moves, but those couple things and this are going to have to go in order to get that intake manifold on. Okay, I'm going to pop this belt off really quick and try to get this power steering pump off, because that's like the main thing that's in the way. which these have just these spring tensioners, so they're pretty easy to get off there. It's no big deal. I do want to hang on to this bell because it happens to be the right length for the fact that the AC is not existent here, which somebody, I don't know if that's something somebody bought or something somebody just put there. Looks like it's just square tubing, so probably something somebody just jammed in there, but hey, it works. It does a good job. This car that this came out of did drive, so I ain't too mad about it. So now that that's off, I'm just gonna find out what bolts I need to get this pump off of here, and I'll get her off and I'll get back with you. Got that out of the way. It's pretty easy. I'm gonna thread these bolts back in where they go. It's because I'm forgetful like that. Bruh, nothing wants to be out of the way on this. You're kidding. There's another 10 mil there, just more grounds that I somehow missed. I don't know how I did that. And then, on top of that, there's this harness is like right in the way. Guess what? More 10 mils. We're gonna get there. Mark my words. Phew, she's sitting up there flush now. I don't have to thread any bolts into it. It's freaking being held on there by the studs pretty well. Wow. Let's swing her on back around. Look at that view. Isn't that something? It looks a lot more just Jay-Z-esque like that. Really. I mean, at least I think. Maybe I'm weird for that, but that's just a look, you know? Even though I know this is like cheap and Chinese, like it just looks so much better. All right. That's about all the time I have for today, so I will, I don't want to say too many words, but hopefully we'll be seeing if that fits over there. All right, it's dark up in here. We need to get some lights turned on. All the lights in the shop are on the switches up by the door, except for my area back here. I need to rewire that so that they are. I can see everything now. All right. So the game plan is that this needs to be in between those strut towers to see if it'll fit. So that stuff, my tripod, I don't know, all needs to move because that stuff's in the way. That guy, it all has got to out. And all right, she's looking pretty good there. So now let's get this this 2JZ that you guys are perched up right next to and put it on a hoist. And then in the car. I also took the hood off the car. Got her nice and opened up so we can try to slam her in there. I'm going to go ahead and set you guys up for a little bit of a time lapse now. I don't think this intake manifold is gonna go.
No, especially back in further.
So this is exactly why I did this test fit. You can tell from this angle over here that the engine is actually closer to the passenger side of the vehicle than the driver's side. And we are still like never gonna clear this area over here. So this, I need a smaller intake plenum. Dang it. That sucks. And I'll also, when I put the other turbo on, I'll definitely have to clock it so that the outlet is going like this direction. That way it can sort of go down. But, and then it'll have to elbow out this way. They'll have to go down and then elbow out this way. I don't know if the camera was looking at that or not. But, yeah, we're not even far enough back yet. In which this piece of metal here can come out. It's not important. I can cut that out. But I don't think that we have enough room to get centered in the engine bay and still use this intake plenum. Because it's... Let me try to get the best shot I can for you. Step over for me, Justin. It's pretty far over to the passenger side. So if I were to move it, I don't know, probably 2 inches over to the driver's side, I'd be all in that strut tower. So that's just not gonna happen. Plus I have to go back further too.
Simmer down there, bud. People quiet on the by God.
Hey, sir? Excuse me.
White girl over there can't keep her titties off the horn.
Alright, we're recording. Well, this is a big sad. Big sad. You got any input, Justin?
Not really.
How screwed am I?
Huh?
Tell me how screwed I am.
I can't. You just yell at them for swearing on camera, so. Oh.
Oh man. Well, you guys saw it here. It ain't gonna work. I gotta go to plan B. I'm gonna message Zach as soon as I stop recording this video and see what we can't do about an intake plenum. But that's gonna be the end of this video. Sorry to end on a sad note, but regardless, like, subscribe, comment, tell all your friends, and come back on the next one. Maybe we'll have a new intake plenum.
Tell your mama too.